Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hero Club Live and another session of Pair of Socks Lost. I am your DM for this evening, Dylan McCullum, and we are Hero Club. And this is not the main thing we do on Hero Club. No, the main thing we do is our podcast, where we take our TTRPG sessions that we record live around the table, edit them down painstakingly with sound effects and music into these tight, taut little audio anthologies. We have so many different genres. Go ahead and keep an eye out for them. Look them up. We have noir, space, western, pirates, animal variety. 3 different varietals of animal variety pirates. We have moonshiners. We have Tarantino Sundups.
Christmas.
We have what? Which one?
Christmas.
We have 2 Christmases. We have a whole bunch of seasons that you can
Western.
go... We have Western. Please go and check them out. But here on Hero Club Live, we just like to play some good old-fashioned D&D. I will tell you more about this campaign. I'm also going to add a little bit more into the overall idea of what this campaign is, since some theories have been confirmed or just told to people, so more about the world is known. But we'll get to that. First things first. Let's meet our players. Starting with John. John, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Madison, and I play Tone Zazuru, who is a arcane turtle chef who has lost his sense of taste and is wandering through the lands with his new friends, trying to help out people. And a D&D setting I've never seen that I would like to see is Zoobly Zoo, which is anthropomorphic animals in a little TV set, and I think I'd like to see that in a D&D setting one day.
What?
It's a TV show from the 90s starring Ben Vereen. And he sings.
We're allowed to not say anything. Sorry.
Yeah,
that was maybe too hard for me to.
You're also you could say not say things.
Yeah, I mean, famously, Jasmine says
Ben
nothing.
Vereen plays, huh?
And sometimes that
Ben
is the
Vereen,
move, I think.
So it's an animal
original
sitcom?
Broadway cast of Pippin, and they sing songs, and they all, one's a lion and one's a dolphin. No, there's no dolphin, but they're all weird.
Hey, you know what? We've all learned something already today.
Throw it all back. Throwing it back.
Oh, I need that to go away. Sorry.
Okay.
Softball. Next up, we have our friend Marty Abby Schneider, who was on the move. Marty, tell us who you are, who you're playing, anything else you want to say, and why were you on the move? I need to know.
Marty Abby Schneider, Golzog Intestine Scarf, Orc Monk. I dropped a piece of paper off the far side of the table that this computer's on, so I went to pick it up, because if I didn't pick it up, that would bother me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Great.
I get it. Thank you. Next up, we have none other than Jasmine. Jasmine, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I play Zara. She is a halfling rogue / fighter. And I think there should be a campaign where you have to try to get the Weebles to fall down, but it's futile because the Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. That's all I have to say.
Sick. We are really pumping out the incredible content right now. And last but not least, we have returning triumphantly after one missed absence. We have Hannah. Hannah, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
I'm Hannah. I play Mirabella Graveneye, a level 6 Dwargar cleric of the Grave Domain. And my fun fact this week is that the blob of toothpaste that you put on your toothbrush has a name, and that is called a nurdle.
Who named it?
Yeah, I'm with
I know nothing other than that. Nurdle. that is apparently a thing.
I think, like what we said about John, where like you could say nothing. It feels like they could have said nothing when naming that. You know, like they could have just been we don't need to name this at all.
Completely. That was something that one day a person said, we should give this a name. And everyone said, Chad, we don't need to name this. He's like, what about a nurdle?
Man, it must have been so sick.
Just grew from there.
Back in the day to just name whatever you want.
Today, today might be a good day to have dispensed with the foreplay entirely. I'm ready to block some stuff with my new bracers.
That is true.
I got cool shit last time.
Everyone's a critic.
Everyone got cool shit last time. Well, hello everybody. I'm Dylan McCullum. I am the Dungeon Master for PairOfSocks Lost. PairOfSocks Lost is based on the 5e adventure book Wild Beyond the Witchlight, but we're way past that. As I've said before, many times I wear my inspirations on my sleeve. I've said almost every single time we talk about it that this is a campaign heavily influenced by, wouldn't you know it, Neverland with Peter Pan, Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland. And wouldn't you know it, the last time we played...
I've missed this every time?
The last time we played this game, it was revealed that the three rulers, who are the ultimate, seemingly, villains of the campaign, are none other than Peter Pan, Alice, and Dorothy. Who, I said it was my headcanon that I'm forcing my players through, and I am, and it's going great. So,
pretty sick headcanon.
So, thank you, Marty. So here we are so far beyond what the original book was. Join us, please, as I talk about what happened last time, and then move into some things that we didn't see. All right. On this last we left off, I want to go back a little further. Last we left off, we learned that long ago, this place, this pocket dimension of the Feywild called Prismere, was created by a woman named Tasha, or Zabilna to some. A very powerful sorceress, witch, archfey, goddess, remains to be seen. It was a place meant for children, for discovery and adventure. And 3 of the children who came here wanted more. Their wants being so strong, so primal, that they were able to silence this queen of Prismere, carving this world into their own little worlds within this pocket dimension, so that their wants would seemingly always be fulfilled. Years later, our party finds themselves in this same place, trying to enact change, perhaps even revealing secrets long held. This was one of the secrets that they learned when they finally opened the music box that is the big idea. The big idea of this part of Prismere, thither, is simply the Queen of Glass rules everything. And she created a world in which she would always be the hero, that she would always win. And thus, a cycle of rebirth happened. An endless war in which the Queen of Hearts is always the aggressor, and the Queen of Glass is forever the hero. While learning this, they met the severed head of the Queen of Hearts, tucked away deep in a strange laboratory manned by the Tin Man. Slowly, they were starting to piece together her frayed memories, modified memories, and decided that while she seems to be a huge pain in the ass, they might as well take her along. They also found some pretty sick magic items. Some pretty cool shit was found in this place. If we remember, there's the safety vest, the bracers of self-reflection, the skitter legs, the finger guns, and of course the Vorpal axe, for anyone who may be able to wield it. But before any of this was revealed, before any of this cool shit was found, their prone to passing out friend Marabella Graveneye touched yet another magical thing and passed the fuck out. And we're here to learn why that happened. Marabella. You wake up, or at least find yourself back in the graveyard, as always.
Favorite place.
It's at this point, having had it happen multiple times, that you already know you're in a vision, a dream of some kind. This is weirdly normal now. But something that is different is that you don't feel a sense of dread so much anymore. You look up, and wildly, there's this golden statue, it seems, of a fist. Just in the middle of the graveyard, this golden statue of a fist clutching two sides of a scale. The symbol of your god.
Woo!
Sitting on one of the scales, and one of it's completely lowered down while the other scale is high up, you see what looks like just a simple man, almost like a soldier. Graying, like black gray hair, wavy, beard, pain behind the eyes. Clad in armor, but also robed, holding a sword, kind of lazily spinning it, like putting the tip into the ground and just spinning the pommel over and over, just. And this figure looks at you. Can you see me?
Yeah. Do I know? Would that be a religion check to see if that's him,
Yeah.
or do I know?
Do a religion check just to see if you've literally never, but do a religion check.
You never know. 12.
12. Yeah. There is you know from the teachings that your father gave you that Kelemvor, the god, the lord of the dead, the judge of the damned, was or is, or at least is depicted as a mercenary. Someone who was kind of a simpler being, kind of a man of the people. His avatars aren't very audacious or gaudy. It's always just been literally a mercenary, but with like a noble heart. One thing that is surprising to you, though, is that you and your father and your family, you've always been, you follow the teachings of Kelemvor, but never been completely, totally religious. It's not this, but you still follow the teachings. Kelemvor's never spoken to you like this.
Yeah. I can, should I bow? And she'll kind of she's not very sure, has lived under her mountain most of her life. And she'll bow because she thinks that might be the most.
No. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Here, have a seat. And his scale rises up, and the other one on the other side just lowers down to you. This like giant golden scale. The second you sit down, you find yourself like level with him. I have been trying to reach you for a very long time, Marabella. You know of me, yes?
Well, yeah, of course.
Oh, good. The place you're in, to be very blunt with you, is infuriating for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Understand that I have been watching. I've been watching the entire time. I haven't been able to speak to you, but I figured that the powers that have been happening with you, that have been growing, you understand that I've been there for you. Yes.
I've definitely. It's a weird place, but the longer I've been there, I have felt a certain. I felt more connected to you.
Well,
Yeah.
good. I'll come right out and say it. I don't pick champions lightly. Rarely ever. In fact, if I'll be very honest with you, you were never going to be one. Understand,
Harsh but fair.
that is not, forgive me, that is not a reflection on you. It's just, your father needs you. And to take his daughter away from him seemed cruel.
Yeah.
So. Oh God. I am so sorry that you're there alone. But I needed to talk to you. I needed to talk to you a long time ago, when you first got there, but where you are is basically it is a blind spot for us, even us.
Oh.
I'm sure you've noticed not many worshippers around you of any kind of religion or god, at least
Right.
outside in the world. It is something that has been true for a long time. So I don't know when I'll be able to talk to you again. I know that this is a lot. These dreams and visions you're having, I keep trying to connect with you. Send you some kind of message. I think you've understood them all, for the most part. Sorry, I'm not really good at this. I don't, I'm not a god that people like to worship. So this is still new for me, frankly.
Yeah, take your time. Although I don't know how long I have in this. Typically, I see something scary or talk to a 2, and then I wake up.
You're right. I should be more forthcoming. This place, it needs someone like you. Primavera is in a state of stagnation. There is no real death there. Each land has its own version, but Either you don't grow old, or you die and get reborn. Nothing changes. And it hasn't for a while. You can think of the entire place you're in as a shambling undead.
Ooh.
It needs to be stopped.
Ow.
Well, I have ideas of how. Namely, each spell, each enchantment on each of their lands is powered by a very powerful wish. Defeat the wisher, and things might go back to normal. The problem is the true queen, Zybilna, Tasha, as I've known her. I don't mean to put doubt in your mind. The truth is, this place is a blind spot because she is a blind spot. Has been for many years. I don't know, truly, if she's turned over a new leaf. But she was not a kind soul when I knew her. Maybe everything here is her repentance, and it's gotten out of hand, but be it putting her down, or supplanting her in some way, this world that I know many call home cannot live on like this. Since you are my disciple and champion, as it were, this unlife, you have the power to shepherd them. I'm asking you something wonderful and terrible. I ask that you be my reaper.
I mean, yes.
You don't have to answer so quickly. If you have trepidations, let me know.
You need.
Ask any questions.
To be very clear, you
Yes.
don't need me to go around killing everybody, but you need me to go around and people that do die, make sure that they can cross over and stay dead, right?
Yes. The one
Oh
thing...
yeah, totally, 100%. Oh, caveat.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, wonderful. So again, I don't do this often. Some people may hate you for it, as they do death itself. But that's what they don't have, is someone ferrying souls to the other side. Just respect them. Put this entire place out of its misery. You have this.
Replace.
Oh yes, keep going.
So they're stuck in a cycle. We need to break the cycle. Zybilna or Tasha aren't nice, but if we could get rid of them, it might start the end of the cycle, right? That could break the cycle by getting rid of her.
Potentially, yes. I know that the cycles so far are a result of the 3 wishes. Help them move on. Help them unwish their wish. And then, when Zybilna wakes, I trust your judgment from there. It could be that this place is perfectly fine with her as the ruler. But if you believe that it won't be, trust in yourself.
Okay. All right. Now, is there anything special I should be doing to help ferry over souls if this is a blind spot? You know, I don't know if what I was doing back home is going to work as well here or there, wherever I am now.
When someone passes, what do you feel like doing?
Digging a hole.
Ah. Perfect. You have the spade, yes?
I do have the spade. You know about the spade. Are you friends with... Well, no. He's... not God. Regular card. It's easy to get your lines crossed here.
Truly, it is. Just so we're clear, me, God. Everyone else, like Archfey, weird deities. Me, God, though. Me, God.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Just so we're all clear.
Mm-hmm. Who's we?
But yes, I know the ace. I knew him. I don't have many followers in general, so when they're ferried away to this place, it hasn't happened often, but there was one. A simple follower, but they didn't want anything to do with being a champion. But my teachings, my scripture got out here into this world. The ace found it. My teachings of the sanctity of death, the sanctity of living a life with honor and dying as honorably, and passing on. And suddenly I began to get prayers from here, from the ace. And so he did what he thought was right. He put himself, with a deal made, as many things are there, into a state of forever life, forever death. Holding a
Well,
vigil,
that's interesting.
so that if and when all the other cards die, they will be held at bay by him. Not the exact solution we want, but it is a temporary stopgap. Brave soul.
Right. You know where he is?
I believe he is now in the clutches of the cat. That's the deal we made the deal with.
Like the laser tag cat?
Yeah, fucking crazy, right?
That's okay. Hold on. Ace of spades with laser tag cat.
This is where you found the spade, yes?
I think so. It's been a very long time since I found a spade, but I think that was it, yeah.
But more importantly, speak to your friend, the turtle. He knows a lot about imagination. This land thrives on it. And if your first instinct, which is always best, is to dig a hole, then that is what you will do. you will imagine that this hole sends them to me. And as such, may I have the spade?
Oh, sure. Can I roll an insight check?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nat 20.
Holy shit, yeah. This is not...
Glenmore.
No. This is this is not a trick. There's a moment in the back of your mind where you've had like weird visions in your brain. The two has spoken to you, like all these things.
Mm-hmm.
This is a place of somehow it seems like Kellenvor is very much like clearly here for this moment. You don't know if it's forever, but they're here. They are talking to you, and their intentions are what they say they are. They are fine. Clearly, there's a little bit of a coldness because he's fine with everyone in this area dying, if it means like keeping it at bay. But he's not trying to trick you.
Right.
There is a familiarity in his eyes, almost like when you look at him, it's like you're looking into the eyes of your father.
Okay.
Which would be like, oh, are they manipulating me? But it's just kind of a sense. You just feel safe with this guy.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, it
Right.
already
Dig
has
a hole and
the
put
aces.
Tone in it.
You see his eyes flash, and the scale kind of lowers as if he's getting much, much heavier, and you get raised up into the air. And once he hits the ground, he's looking at the spade, takes a chunk of graveyard dirt, sprinkles it on top. And you see in that pitch black void that is the spade, almost like droplets of stars now in this swimming void of just these little flecks of starlight now swim in that pitch black spade. Slowly, the scales raise again. Here. You'll be able to dig many holes with this. Also, I'm giving you leeway a little bit because this place is so weird. To get a little bit, trying to speak in your parlance, fuck ye with death. With this is a spell, and the way to dig holes. Marabella, the spade has upgraded. You now have a burrow speed of 30 feet.
A burrow speed?
You have a burrow
I'm
speed.
a mole. I'm a part mole.
You have a burrow speed.
I just watched like that episode of One Piece with the
oh my God.
Christmas gal. Wait, that's so funny. Okay, great.
You have a burrow
Love that.
speed. While underground, you have tremor sense. Out to your vision. And also, and I'm gonna have to make this item because it doesn't. It's a spell from not your spell
This
list.
doesn't exist?
Well, no, I mean it's a spell from not your spell list, which is harder to put on your sheet.
Oh, yeah.
You can also now cast Wither and Bloom. Look up Wither and Bloom. It's a very cool spell.
I remember. When did that come up? Was that this campaign?
Yes, I mean you've seen you for sure seen Griselda cast it. As it's kind of like a druid thing, but all right.
Oh, and it's not common. Cool.
All right. Your quick little note as well, because it's not going to be the most happy thing. Do you remember the last thing that you did before you passed out?
We fought the Tin Man. Then there's a heart, I think, but
There was a
no.
heart. There's no easy way to say this. You're carrying the heart of your mother.
What?
Yeah. Be true to yourself. Carry her heart with you as she has carried your heart with her all this while.
She's not with you, is she?
Not yet. I wish
Can
I
I-
could do more for her.
Can I bury this?
You can. But I'll say
Is
this.
she?
At Journey's End, if you do what needs to be done, I may make an exception for a champion. I may bring your mother back. If that is what you want. You have time to figure that out. You were about to ask me about her?
Is she? Well, I know it's not her, but she in Prismere? Or her body, or I know she's kind of a puppet right now, but
Her heart is with you in Prismere. Your memories of her are here in Prismere. And a image of her is in the hands of a two. They use your mother's visage. I wish I had an answer for why. Sometimes bad things just happen.
you know which one?
Last secret. I can feel the phrase of this connection waning. There's only one, too. They appear as 4 different ones whenever they wish, but it's just the 2. And if you continue on this path, you will run headfirst into an altercation with them. I do not warn you against it. Simply let you know. It's coming.
You know, you say my memories of her are here, and that's true. I don't have any. Back home, I don't know her.
I can
I'd
tell you
like to
this.
know her.
She knows you. Do with her heart what you will. But I can tell you right now, she is proud to be at your side again.
Thanks.
All right. Go now, my champion. Dig some holes. Really dig a hole straight through this pocket dimension. Find a way out. I know you can do it.
We will.
Good, because you have to.
Okay.
And you're kind of my only hope here, so.
Okay. Oh, no.
Okay, get off the scale.
Okay.
And you kind of, right as you get off the scale, it's just like, and you find yourself waking up holding on to a glass jar. And simply, you look up and all of you, the last we saw, you were all driving in the tank. And suddenly, Marabella is awake again.
Are the last words I hear, are you saying, you got to go dig those holes?
Yes. Yeah, you hear that you hear that echo and reverberate in the back of your mind as you wake up. As you wake up, you just hear that, dig it up, oh, dig it. And just, you wake up.
I don't know why, but I'm in a good mood.
Like, yeah, core memory just unlocked, I think.
Kids are rapping?
Yeah, you just hear like an entire scope, like, well, that's too damn bad. You know, I'm sick of digging holes, Grandpa. As this is like a weird vision of another time comes into your mind.
There's a lot of Sigourney Weaver.
It's at this point that you are all basically waking up for the morning. If you remember the last things that happened also, which I didn't get to in my recap, but, you know, sorry, there's a lot of things. The cat said some stuff and started fucking with people's dreams. The person who was last on watch was, I believe, Zara. Zara, you kind of see everyone start waking up. But first, it was Marabella with a start. And you can find yourself now able to take your hands off of this jar in front of you, but you now know what it is.
Arabella's eyes just like have the groggy, morning that immediately is gone as she realizes what she's looking at now. Mm-hmm. And she kind of whispers to it, just like, heavy, and like goes to put it in her in her bag.
And remember, it's just like it's just a jar with like a floating like heart in it. Like it's not like a dead heart, but you know what it is.
Oh, thank God! Yeah. I was like, wow, that is so metal.
Yeah, well, I mean, but the thing is, you have seen through that ruse before. You know it's an actual heart, but for now, the illusion of just the heart is what you see.
That's so much more digestible. Wonderful. Same thing happens. A little less trauma. Maybe eyes aren't as wide.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I notice her talking to the jar?
I guess if it's a perception check, can I also roll for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to roll anything counter to that, or it's just their perception?
I mean, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't do it secretly. Unless you
19.
19?
17.
17. Yeah, you both... Marabella has done this before, where Marabella, like, wakes with a start, and you're like, ah! And then just started whispering to the jar she's holding.
Does Marabella look up and see Golzog see her?
I assume, yes.
Probably, yeah. Probably. We're in a cart, right?
Yeah. I will say instantly, this is also true, and I think you already noticed this, Zara, but now that it's kind of like getting to daylight, you see the white hair, like the gray white hair.
She saw that because I had that conversation with her last time.
Right, of course, never mind, sorry.
But if Marabella is seeing Golzog with his white hair, and Golzog is seeing Marabella whisper to a heart, Golzog's just, after a long beat, gonna go, do you want to go first, or should I? Yeah, so, okay. So I'm going to tell her everything that happened the last session, including that on my watch, which was the one before Zara's, and I'm telling this to Tone too, because this is new information for Tone. Only Zara has seen the white hair. The cat who made Zara it came and threatened me / the whole group. Said if we do not play, or if we do not get Zara to play, the cat will kill us all, starting with me, and then hang on. I wrote it down in the order.
Oh my gosh.
Says that if Zara doesn't play, it'll kill us all, starting with me, then Marabella, then Tone. And it also asked me if I would like to be it instead. Or no, if I would be its friend.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, and I was like, a friend wouldn't want me to, wouldn't threaten to kill all my people. And then I didn't really say a yes or no, but it took that, I think, to be a no, which it sort of was. And that is where we're at.
And then it gave you white hair, though? Where does...
it didn't give me any of that information willingly. It said, what will you give me in return? And I gave it the color of my hair.
That's all really scary, but let me just say, I like the white hair. It works for you. Like, rarely do you get, like, pure white hair. Sometimes it's, like, splotch. So it...
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good. It looked nice, too, like, with, like, speckles of blood in it as well.
I was...
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking on the fly. I didn't know what to give it. And I didn't want to give it something that could be used to hurt us. Although it could probably...
would have given it like 10 years of your life or something. So color your hair is much better.
It could probably figure out how to weaponize the color of my hair. And then it will come for us and I'll be haunted by all my past decisions. There's no way out of... this is a nightmare.
You know what? I don't even remember what color your hair was in the first place. So this is a good look for you.
I just want to point out that Dylan wrote something down right after Marty was like, I'm sure he could find a way to weaponize the color of my hair. So I'm putting that out there. Dylan wrote something down.
Hey,
I mean, it's not like that would be...
Eyes forward, everyone.
Eyes forward, nerds.
Jesus.
It's not like that would be incredible.
He wrote down weaponize hair color.
Nice counter.
If you could all see my notes, they're scathing.
They're probably
hating Marty right now.
Indecipherable.
Marabella, you're awake.
So
yeah, I don't know how long I was out for.
Not long.
Okay.
A while.
Like a day.
Whole day.
Last time it was worse. This is much better, you know.
You had to go in
like
the Bjorn.
I was in the Bjorn. Oh.
Yeah, you fit in the Bjorn. Yeah.
Oh,
will you put me in the Bjorn next time?
You can't fit unless.
That I'd like to see actually.
Oh.
Probably a lot of limbs.
Put me on a sled.
Tone.
If it happens,
I could put you on a sled. I would happily pull you around on a sled.
You're a good friend.
But I sort of have this classification of like size in my head, and this is purely factual. Marabella and Zara I think of as small, and you I would say is more of like a medium-sized person.
You could say, okay.
Star's also small. That's why she fits in the Bjorn.
Hi. Star, the displacer.
Hey, buddy.
Kitten is
that's right.
waking up. Hello.
Oh, hi, Star.
Are you awake?
Yeah, apparently I was out for a day, a whole day.
Sometimes I sleep a whole day. It's not that weird.
Now's the part where you tell us what was going on with you.
Oh my gosh, right. Okay. Well, normally I've had not so great dreams or dream times. But this one was good. I met my god, so that was fun.
You
cool.
met
Cool dude.
Grumsh?
Yes.
I don't know actually what god you.
Kalemvor. No, not
okay.
Jesus. Who's that?
I don't follow Jesus, but at Waterdeep you meet all kinds of people, so I was guessing it was a stab.
Yeah, I don't know if you've met anyone who worships Kalemvor, but he's a god of
Jews.
A god of no.
No?
He's known as the Lord of the Dead. So or the Judge of the Damned, and he's not a super popular guy. But that's just because people don't really understand that. So I sat on scales with him, so that was cool. And he told me that Prismeer is a blind spot for deities. So I don't know if any of you have a connection with your god or goddess and have tried to reach them, but you might have noticed it's a bit difficult for them to reach us here. We're also, Prismeer's in a cycle. Like, no one ages, no one stays dead. Everything just stays the same.
Well, that's upsetting. Did he say anything about how we could get home?
No. But he did tell me how we could end that, which I think might be, not unrelated to that. I know you really want to get sucked off.
I mean, I reached an understanding with my inner self about how there's work to be done here. But, I'm worried about my family.
Right. So basically, he said there were 3 wishers in Prismeer, which I'm guessing are the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Glass, and Peter Pan. The youth. Is he Peter Pan in this?
Yes, it's the youth, and you mean Old Dottie. So it's the youth, Old Dottie, and the Queen of Glass, which is Peter Pan, Dorothy.
Oh, no.
And Alice.
Yeah,
Alice.
The Queen of Hearts
So
isn't
not
a
the
ruler
Queen.
anymore. She's right here. And then I pull out the Queen of Hearts out of the bag.
What?
First thing,
Oh,
the head just goes, "You said it wouldn't be a dark
And I
cavernous
put it back in the
space."
put it back in the bag.
Woohoo!
Put it back. Back in the bag.
Okay. So then not that one, but old Dottie and Peter Pan and Alice are the 3 wishers. So we need to help them move on. And do you remember the lady who Mama Yaga?
Mama Yaga.
Yes.
You got
Mama Yaga.
Mama
Right.
Yaga.
She was telling us a bit about Tasha and Sibilna. And Tasha's not nice. And is not a nice ruler. And she's the one who's kind of created this cycle and this unrest. So that, once we help the 3 wishers move on, that's going to be the next thing we have to deal with is Tasha. Also, okay, the 2s that are secret assassins, there's only one of them. So it's not 4 2s, it's just 1 2. But he has the faces of all the other 2s and accents. He has 4 different accents
so
and
he's an
weird.
8?
That's good, quick math there. But no. It's just an incomplete deck, which also doesn't make sense, right? If 1 2 is all 4 2s. It's a deck with 3 jokers and the 3 other jokers are the other 2s, I don't know. But I'm supposed to talk to you. And she points at Tom. Yes.
About
At some point. Your imagination. I'm also supposed to help the creatures and the people that do die here. I'm supposed to help them pass on, because right now they're not. And it's just, you're circling the drain but never getting anywhere. So I'm supposed to help them pass on.
We kill a lot of people, so we're gonna be helping a lot of people.
I mean, I would say.
Well, the point wasn't really to kill everybody, because I did ask that, though. I did say, so you don't want me to go around killing everybody.
Insight check,
No.
Zara.
roll an insight check.
Nah, not great. 7.
You have your assumption. You don't need to confirm it with anything other than your own assumption of what's happening in Zara's head.
Okay. All right. Well,
Um,
well, we have to. First things first, we have to help save, the forgotten.
Fable Rise.
Well, yes, Fable Rise. Oh yes, there's a
and the
bomb.
Scarecrow, right?
We
Yeah,
gotta
we have
find
to-
the
we have to save
Scarecrow.
those kids first, and get Star back, and then apparently, the Queen of Glass, she made this bomb, and it's on the way to Fable Rise, and we have to save
And-
all the people from.
And the cat wants to kill us all. And I had a conversation with Zara last night, and she was very laissez-faire about worrying about the cat.
What does laissez-faire mean?
Oh, I think it's gnomish.
I don't speak Goblin. Oh.
I speak Dwarvish. If we,
I don't know what language it is. It means doesn't mean free market, right? What does it actually mean? It's like it means sort of like don't worry about it. Blase. Yeah, it was like nah, whatever. Which was.
Oh.
Can I roll a history check on laissez-faire?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'm sorry,
We're
Dylan.
gonna have to Google what it is if all of us aren't 100% sure about it.
I got a 10.
You got a 10. You know that it's like, the attitude of letting things go, of letting things take their own course without interfering. But also, it's like an adult club in Waterdeep. So you're like,
Oh,
yeah.
Amazing.
okay. I won't say anything. I'll keep that to
You
myself.
think it's draconic
Uh-huh. Yeah.
in nature. It has,
Oh,
a
and then,
lot of the same like vowels and stuff as like draconic.
I'll just look at like Golzog a little like, okay, likes to party.
Golzog, do
And
I clock the look?
Make an insight check. This is crazy what we're rolling right now.
This is the rest of the night. This is the rest of the night, gang. Enjoy the game.
Enjoy it.
Sometimes this is D&D.
10.
10?
Yeah.
I mean, because there's no real like persuasion or deception here,
No,
right? So
not
it's just
really.
like I think
You clocking.
Golzog, you clock that he's looking at you. You don't know why.
Golzog, like, sort of just looks at Tone like, what the fuck? Like,
It's anyone hungry? I'll make some porridge or
and-
something.
The last thing, this jar, this is the heart of me, dead mother. Say hi, everybody.
oh, that's why you were whispering to it.
Hi, Marabella's mom.
I don't
your
know what
mom's-
her name is.
what's your
She
mom's-
died the day I was born.
Did the
I
deity
would know
say,
I would know what her name is, right? Or I probably would.
the deity
I mean,
didn't tell you to...
That's one of the things that's been up to you if it's something that you would have forgotten or if you do remember her name. We probably haven't talked about it so much.
Yeah, we haven't. I mean, her name, I would just call her mom. I'm sure I would know her name. I'll think of one. This is
You're-
my mom. Insert name here. Which
You're-
I'll think of
Retroactively
later.
put it in. What?
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
supposed to eat it to gain her power?
Please don't eat it.
No, I would never. You're,
Okay. You had me
as her next of kin, you're
extremely
supposed to eat it
worried
to
there.
gain her power, right?
Got it. We don't have that custom. We typically will bury it with the body, but I don't have a body. And while I could bury this heart, there's also I might benefit from carrying her around with me. And also, I think I can travel very fast in the ground.
Hey, just bury it. What do you mean?
Cool.
You
Well,
can travel very fast in the ground?
In the
Say
ground.
more right now.
we could test it. Pull over.
Zara, you're driving. You can decide if you want to pull over or not.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like we should.
We could also just do a 20 minutes later if we...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa,
It's up
that
to
was
Zara.
cool. You...
It's up to Zara if Zara wants to pull over. If Zara doesn't pull over, we don't get that getaway. Not yet.
That's very true.
I'll pull over and
Okay.
be like, all right, someone else take over when we get up again.
Okay,
I'll
smash
drive.
cut. Smash cut. You're all just standing on the side of the road, like standing on the side of the road. It's parked. You're all like in a very clear like line, like
the spade,
like a Wes Anderson line. And Marabella, what does it look like when you're digging? When you burrow, I'm gonna let you decide what it looks like when you burrow very fast.
Okay, so what it looks like on the outside to a spectator is different from what Marabella thinks is happening. So Marabella just is like, I am digging with my tiny little spade. To the outsider, it looks like Marabella starts spinning super fucking fast and just into the ground
Awesome.
and then up somewhere else.
So, did he make you good at digging, or did he make the spade more powerful?
Wait, reverse shot. We're all covered in dirt.
Yeah.
Like
it is
before...
like truly like it's like putting something in a blender without the top on. The dirt just going like.
Yeah.
Star is not covered in dirt.
No,
Golzog took the hit for Star.
Golzog has white hair in the front and just brown on the back of him. So you turn to.
And there is
Star.
like it's almost like a comic. Like a comically hilarious hole that you like when Marabella was under the earth, you could like see a little path being made of like a mound of dirt being upturned.
Awesome.
And then Marabella just kind of like explodes out.
So I don't know if that actually does make me faster at digging because she just thinks she just dug.
Yeah, for you it's like the idea that like for you it's like a painstaking process of like, oh shit. And that's canon. Every time you do it, it is you just being like, this fucking sucks. And for everyone else,
like I don't get any exhaustion or anything. I want to be very clear, but it is just kind of like time slows down a little bit, and I'm like, here we go. Amazing. So I do that.
Smash cut back inside the tank. Who's driving?
We're all covered in dirt.
Yeah, everyone gets in like covered in dirt.
Yeah.
Except weirdly, Marabella isn't. Like that's part.
Wow, you guys are filthy.
It's been a long day.
Tin Man doesn't keep a clean shop, I guess.
Are we?
Oh yeah, where are we going? Also,
we're going. We have to return Star and we have the big idea now. I think we may be able to find out how to approach or confront the Scarecrow.
Okay, well that's great. Who taught her the big idea?
I just point to Zara. Zara has it.
The big idea?
Yeah, the music box.
Oh, I just took it because I thought it would be valuable.
That's our girl.
Well,
is,
way
but
to go.
not monetarily. It's the key to the whole. It's very important. Do not lose or sell it.
It's also probably you could fetch a fair price. You could probably sell it.
I said do not lose or sell it. We could probably use it then sell it after.
Exactly.
We gotta help these kids, man.
Gotta help these kids. Okay, so how
Star just like you're making progress. You'll be there fairly soon. It's like the rest of the day. But you also travel through the night. Star though, on hearing that, goes like, yeah, you could probably sell it on the black market, or because it's very valuable information. I'm sure the people in Faberize would want to know about it.
All I've heard so far is sell it.
At least jockey for favors. After
That's
you help
better.
us, though. Please.
Look, I'm all for a plan where we stab things and then make money. Stab and profit.
If
Now,
we use
that's
it
a vote
first,
I can get behind.
stabbing will happen, and then we
That's
can
a
profit
great-
off of it.
That's a great slogan for
Stab
our group.
and profit.
Yeah.
Zara 2024.
That's the thieves motto.
Stab and profit.
Stabbing and profiting since 1922.
Fablerise, maybe Fablerise has a thieves guild. I think that was
Stab and
Irish
profit.
and not Scottish. It's hard. Okay.
Yeah, so you keep going for the rest of the day, trotting along. Again, the tank is kind of, now that it's almost become like just a metal cart that you're all in. It is very lovely. It's like a nice little cozy thing. If you remember, there still was like that little bed area, like a camper van.
Actually cute.
And you all slowly get to get back to the camp of the Forgotten. At this point, it's about midday since you traveled through the night. Instantly, you all see that there have been more like wooden cages built. You see Copper and Snowdrop kind of standing guard by a couple of these cages. In these cages, you see a couple of those brains with legs kind of like jumping at the cage.
Ew.
As you're approaching, you just hear the familiar voice of Wilhelmina before you even see her. It's kind of like, "Hey, everyone! They're back! They're back! They're not dead, I think, for the most part. And they remembered us! That's awesome!" Kind of like pitter-patter, jump. You just see, like, movement in the trees. Little Oak is like, "Oh, hey! Welcome back! Some stuff happened while you were gone."
Oh, God.
And as you kind of like get out of the cart, you see, like I said, the cages holding like the brains with legs, like once again just kind of down onto the ground, flips. You see Wilhelmina just standing there, goes, "So that whole trap worked a treat. We put the bright idea in a little hole that you gave us. We did that, and then they all came flocking to it. And so we just went to town on them. And then we got them in these cages. We didn't get all of them. Some of them we killed, but we have at least one or two. And we have some ideas about what we could do with it, but we're trying not to have too many ideas because that could really just mess us up. So, how did it go with you?"
A lot happened for us as well. I lost the color of my hair for an unrelated thing. And we fought the Tin Man and found the big idea. Zara, you want to show the kids the big idea?
Oh yeah. I pull out the music box.
Whoa.
How is the music box a big idea?
It contained all of the it contained the memory that
I remember not only paying attention, but taking copious notes. And right now, I couldn't tell you if you put a crossbow to my face.
Basically, it looks a lot like the box that you have when you put your, like, that one encode thoughts into it. It contained the memory of, like, Alice essentially making the wish for this place, and the truth that there is no real war happening with the Queen of Hearts. It's just Alice playing at war, basically.
Does that mean that someone had to have encoded that memory and put it in the box? And so what that would ask, what the reason I ask is that means that someone would want that memory to be found, and maybe one of the leaders of the three, maybe either someone who works for one of the leaders or one of the leaders of Three Kingdoms would have had to plant that there or put that there to, you know what I mean? Someone
couldn't it be a different person who put that there, like the Scarecrow? But I don't know. Like,
Tone, give me an insight check with advantage.
Or not. No.
Okay.
Maybe John's thinking is right.
Nat 20? Will that do it?
Nat 20. Yeah. So you're thinking about it, and you're like, that would be a really good idea. That could be a really good idea. It seemed like there was a little bit of dissension between the three, at least with old Dottie. But then you also think about what was there as well, which is the Queen's head. And you think, well, maybe with a nat 20, it's very possible that Alice wanted to forget.
Oh.
And it's very possible that since it was in such a well-guarded facility, it was something being hidden from sight, not wanting to be found.
So if we ever do confront Alice, Alice will have no... If we ever do confront Alice, Alice will have no idea about this memory or their... or her involvement.
We could show her the thing, right?
We could give her memory back, and
Yeah.
you know, she clearly didn't want this memory anymore, and it would maybe like upset her greatly having it back.
True.
Can memories be destroyed?
Can memories be destroyed?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do know that the Scarecrow clearly has some memory altering capabilities. And people are forgetting these kids, so possibly. If not destroyed, at least hidden away somewhere.
Right.
And you also do know, just because it's come up before, you do know that memories can be altered as well.
Mm-hmm.
They can be inceptioned, is what I'm saying.
Right.
The Scarecrow wants a brain, right?
That's what the Scarecrow is saying.
Yeah. It would follow that narrative if it was Alice's wish of her getting to be the hero of her own story. Because the hero can't want there to be conflict or war. The hero has to be ready when it happens. But then
Yeah, if she finds out she's the one who created it in the first place.
She'd be the villain.
Yeah.
She's the villain if she finds out.
Can I make maybe an insight check to see if there's any connection with like the Scarecrow taking or doing things with memories and him wanting a brain, kind of similar to like the hearts in the Tin Man?
Make an insight check.
16?
16. As you're thinking about the Scarecrow, you don't know much about them, but you do know that, at least with the Tin Man, he talked about very briefly, and, you know, kind of all over the place, but he talked about how he kept trying to find a heart that would fit, almost as if he had this want, and it was insatiable.
Mm-hmm.
It could be similar to what's going on with the Scarecrow. Because clearly, like, as you, like, look at the brain in a cage, all these memories that have been lost, like, clearly, he has brains. Like, there are brains places. So there seems to be some kind of similarity with the 16, yeah. Wilhelmina just goes, so there's a memory that you want to show the Queen of Glass? I mean, good luck getting to her.
What do you mean?
Well, she's a queen. You'd have to get an audience with her, and it'd be very difficult to do so. But of course, maybe with everything that you're doing, you'd be hailed as heroes or something. But to get an audience with her is pretty difficult. She's a very busy person at war all the time.
Well, is that something we need to do right now in order to get to the Scarecrow? We're supposed to use the big idea on the Scarecrow, right?
Well, that's our bright idea. Is that the big idea would lure him away from his wherever the bad place is. Because I don't think that we could ever really go up against him when he's there.
Do you know anyone who has had an audience with the Queen?
Well, none of us have. Because, you know, no one remembers us. But, well, Michael... And once again, you just see Michael, the little kid, standing alone. Well, Michael's old friend knew the queen a long time ago. But I don't know if that was when she was queen. I think that sometimes members of the Fable Rise Council have meetings with her. But only... Yeah.
Where are the council meetings held?
In Fable Rise.
Yeah. I think we have to deal with the first immediate problem with it, which is taking care of the Scarecrow or confronting him in some way. But if we lure him anywhere, is there a particular place we want to lure him to and trap him there, or at least confront him somewhere that's safe?
Wilhelmine is about to answer, and a dagger kind of like clangs off to the side of you. And you look over and just see Thicket like standing by a tree.
Has his hair grown out to this yet?
It hasn't grown out, but he's combed it.
Great.
Like it's made, and the thing just like the dagger clattered. You can everyone make an insight check right now.
Amazing.
21.
15.
14.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You all know instantly that Thicket was trying to like throw it into the ground near your feet and like have it stick out, and it just fully like skated on the grass way away from you.
Thank God I nat 20.
Something on the ground.
Like he just
my God.
Essentially he just threw a knife on the ground. He rolled a 5, just so everyone knows. Thicket rolls like absolute shit. It's hilarious.
Hey, get all your bad. Actually, no.
And
Don't
Thicket
get all your bad rolls out on Thicket.
He goes, "Yeah, we have an idea for that, but it's gonna be a little bit difficult." And and Wilhelmina just goes like, yeah, tell him about it, Thicket. Sure, yeah, tell him about it, Thicket. Thicket walks over. We've been dealing with, or at least they've been dealing with the Scarecrow for a long time, and they think that if someone could get to the patch and destroy it while they're gone, he'd be a lot less powerful. So, it's not so much where we lure him to, because I don't think we're going to be able to like trap him, but if one of us could like sneaky go and find where the patch is, and when we lure him out, one of us goes and does like absolute carnage to the thought patch, that would probably be great. I nominate me.
He threw a dagger, right?
Yeah, he threw the dagger.
I pick up the dagger.
Uh-huh.
And I basically do the same thing back at him.
Throwing it down. Make an attack roll.
Okay. Oh, 26.
26. It is like, but like right between his legs. You're just like, let me see something. Actually maintains his composure real well. Just like, it doesn't even look at it.
I'm like, you sure you want to be the one to go?
Someone has to.
What if you both went together?
Oh, real quick. Repeat the thing about the thought patch.
So, the plan is things that we've been dealing with while you've been off doing whatever.
Getting the big idea.
Whatever.
To lure out the... Okay.
So, now that we have the big idea, errand boy, now that we have the big idea, we can use it to lure him out. But it's really only going to be great if we're able to also, while he's lured out, destroy his thought patch. That's where he grows everything, and that's where we've seen they've had visions of like people getting abducted and going there. So it's bad. But the idea is, while he gets here, one of us goes to the thought patch and fucks it up. Oh, sorry, I meant messes it up. No, I mean fucks it up.
No, you're good to say. Fuck. I vote for Zara.
I also vote Zara.
If it's a two-person job, I vote Zara and... Oh, I don't want to vote for myself, but me and Zara, but mostly Zara.
I could also go, because if one fireball doesn't take care of it, we could do two.
But I assume the rest of us are fighting the Scarecrow, right? Whoever doesn't go...
That's probably what's going to happen, yeah. And we don't need to do this. We could just fight the Scarecrow straight up, but I think it's a great idea.
What about this? One of the kids, or a crew of kids in the tank, go with Zara. Zara messes up the thought patch. The kids in the tank mess up the thought patch. And the rest of us fight the Scarecrow.
Well,
I could also decompose the ground, too.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's...
Wait, is that a new thing from your dream?
No, you remember, I'm able to, and she'll just pick up a leaf, and it goes like, "Ooh," and becomes mulch.
Shit. You should look up Wither and Bloom, though. It's fucking cool as hell.
I did.
Sorry.
It's very cool, thank you.
Yeah, also, I mean, Mirabella and Zara can go, and then we could also kind of stay on the tank and have him maybe follow us, and we can maybe go in a circle so that we could meet up with them. We could meet up with Mirabella and Zara as it's continuing to follow us, possibly.
But we don't want him back at the top.
We don't want him to go back to the thought patch.
That's his, I live here. Get off of my lawn, you dirty kids. You know.
I like the sound tactic of diverting the enemy's attention away from their base. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we don't expend too many resources on the patch and just I'll go, and anything that doesn't get blown up I can stab.
I think you and Ticket should go.
Well, I really don't think that Thicket should go.
Thicket, could you please describe more what the thought patch is?
Thicket is about to go, and then Wilhelmina goes, how about, Thicket, you're new, maybe we talk to someone who's like heard about it a lot, maybe? And Thicket goes, yeah, whatever. You aren't even taking me seriously anyway, so. And you fools, you don't even know the big hitch in the plan, but whatever. Thicket walks away.
Whoa, big hitch in the plan?
No, inside check.
Inside check, okay. Make an insight check.
I'm not gonna call him back if there's nothing there. Okay, 23.
23. Clearly, he's acting like he knows a secret, but everyone else and all of the other kids know what he's talking about.
Okay.
And he's clearly, when you said, I really don't think he should go, devastated. But he is not, but he is walking away, he's clopping away, really, composed. He rolled pretty high, actually, but you just rolled above it. So he's, walking away pretty cool. But you can tell, that kid's mad and sad.
Oh.
But, Copper and Snowdrop, Star is also there, but Michael actually comes up. Wilhelmina's like, hey, Michael, could you come talk about it? And Michael kind of, the teddy bear dragging behind, once again just goes, yes, all right. So, The problem is that we don't know where it is because we just kind of get transported there. The way it works is we were able to one time. One of us almost got completely forgotten, but then they didn't. And they're the only one who... They've since been fully forgotten. But there was a moment where it lapsed, and when they went, they said that whenever someone gets completely forgotten, we kind of see them blink out of existence. But they said that they went to the Thought Patch, and they had... The Scarecrow was drinking their memories. It sounded very bad, but said that it seemed like the Scarecrow had roots into the patch, and that it was powering him. The problem is, like I said, we don't know where it is. And then Wilhelmina goes, like, almost right into the frame. He goes, but that's what our plan comes in.
Uh-huh.
So this sounds crazy and might be stupid, but we think that this would be great. You see, Copper, like, they're all just, like, standing guard. So, our thing is this. What if we already did this? We gave that good, bright idea to this little brain thing here, and we think that it might just try to go home. What if we release it and then track it? The only issue is that, one, we don't know for sure that's where you're going, and two, when we get there, what if it's like, oh no? But if we're able to do it well, we will know where the Thought Patch is and have someone be able to be stationed and ready to go. It's very risky, but what else do we got?
Can Golzog just fly in the air and look for it?
Yeah, I would be happy to do that.
You can try, but
you know,
we've been looking for it for a long time, and we think it has some kind of magical thing.
Oh.
I think it's kind of a good idea. That was keep going.
I could follow it from the air and take a second smaller creature with me so that we have two sets of eyes watching it.
There's a few ways
you
this
are
can go.
Muted, Hannah.
Maybe Star can come with you.
Anyone who I classify in my mental classification as small.
I have a +9 perception. I don't know.
That would be great.
That sounds good.
Are we feeding, which idea are we feeding to the brain?
Oh,
Not the big one.
It was the bright one. It was the bright idea that we had that we lured, and the bright idea was, what if we lured them in with the bright idea? That was the bright idea that we put in the box, and that's the one that we gave to him.
Nice.
Oh, so we'd still have the big idea.
Yeah, well, no,
Right.
we're not blowing that now. Wait,
Oh,
you
I
know,
like that.
we're not
Yeah,
as young
follow
as
it
you
home.
think we are. We're older than you.
No, you explained the whole thing. The concept is dizzying and frightening.
I say we do it. I like that plan.
I like the plan as well.
Three.
Pretty much every instance of bravery I've ever seen is either crazy or stupid or both. So this tracks with that.
Copper, the young Tiefling comes up, just goes, so here's the thing that I'm wondering right now is this. The two of you going is a pretty good idea, but the problem with that, and I don't think it's a bad idea, it's just that it's easier to get in and out, for sure. But what if something bad happens? And what if you lose eyes on it? I just want to know what your contingencies are.
Well, I was gonna ask, and Golzog looks at Tone and Marabella. You guys don't have anything that can like help us, like magic-y, like track it if we don't see it, or like.
Let me see what I got.
The only thing I have is warp sight. So I can like see around corners.
Okay.
I'm not read.
I mean, I could send my but no.
You could send Tomas after it. A question about Marabella again. Do you and this would put you at risk, so I don't think it's a good idea. I'm just balling up paper and throwing it with my spit. I'm spitballing. If you, I know that's terrible. I'm really sorry. They can't all be winners. If you shrink down to tiny sized, could you ride it unnoticed? Dylan's face.
That small?
I know. I don't know necessarily how that would work, if it would. I'm saying, could you do that?
If it's enlarge or reduce, right?
Yeah. Are you a small creature?
No, I'll tell you what I can fucking do. I can cast invisibility on myself. I forgot that that's a thing.
I also
could do that.
I also worry that you would ride it somewhere that we couldn't follow and just disappear with it, and then it wouldn't be very helpful.
Yeah. Reduce, I think,
my manifest
medium might be small.
My manifest mind can be 300 feet away from me, so that's about right at.
Yeah, I think if any one of you is actually small sized, like chosen small size, you could become tiny with reduce. But
wouldn't I be small as a halfling, or is that?
Well, I think I honestly forget. I feel like you can choose. No, I forget if you can choose your size.
Oh, it's
as a halfling.
Is this a spell one of us has? I thought it was Hannah's Dwergar thing that she can do.
It is.
Oh,
halfling size are small.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
I think I can only cast enlarge or reduce on
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I asked.
But I'm medium, so I would.
Understood.
It would just be...
Oh, you're medium? Oh, you did not fit in my Bjorn. I thought you were small.
We'll allow it for now.
I'm look, 5 feet. You know.
Yeah.
Like
it's
I'm
do
not
you choose with dwarves? Small or medium?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, she was medium the whole time. Sorry, that was my bad for.
No, I also depicted her as like smaller. Like she's not. She's definitely you don't see her and be like tall.
We can say for that moment, as you were putting her into the Bjorn, her body instinctively cast reduce on herself, and she just became.
Yeah, there you go. Used it for the day on that.
Unconsciously, just was like, "Oh, I'm being stuffed into a Bjorn right now." And
great.
But you know what? How about you guys figure out what you want to do? Think about what spells you have to potentially do this. We'll pick back up after a few minutes of a break, like 5 to 8 minutes, and we'll see how this tracking goes. I'll tell you guys right now, it's going to be a skill challenge, and even if you're not going, you can contribute to the skill challenge. So think about that. We'll be back.
Getting one guidance.
We'll be back in a second, gang. See you then. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So, gang, how this whole thing is going to work, and you can still talk about your plans, but this is going to be a skill challenge. Mostly for the people who are heading out, but you can, of course, plan a couple things and have that be your skill challenge as well. Skill challenges, basically, as always, for me, the DC is going to be 15. You need 5 successes before 3 failures. And if you expend a spell or like a expendable resource to do something, you can either lower the DC to 12 or get advantage on the roll.
I don't think I should go because the last time I did this, I rolled a botch, which counted for 2 out of our 3 failures, and I almost ruined the whole thing.
Natural 20s are 2 successes. Natural 1s are 2 failures. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No. So what
I'd be willing to
what do you
go-
feel like is the plan right now?
My manifest mind can be 300 feet away from me, max. I could go behind it in the tank or with someone, or just run behind it. To always be 300 feet away, and it can communicate telepathically, and I can see through it.
I mean, am I strong enough to just carry Tone? Like, if I have one person in the Bjorn and I'm carrying Tone with my arms, can I? Okay, cool.
No, I mean,
No,
I mean, you could.
I totally understand.
You could with flying, but you would
Massive
be going at
flying.
like half speed, and
Okay.
if you're trying to
Or
And we
just
know-
your boots.
Yeah.
They're boots, right?
Yeah, I could lend you the
You
boots.
just lend me the boots, not give.
Yeah. And then you put on the Bjorn and take Zara. Or, yeah, I would say Zara with her perception and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, does that sound?
I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I
I don't think I have anything that's like, other than invisibility, which half the party already has.
Just me and you, I think.
Oh, not you, Golzog?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Okay.
But I can also cast the ability on it.
So the second we let this thing go, I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen. It could call for backup. It could. We're kind of putting a lot on faith here, but I think it could end up being a really good thing if we let it happen. So just be prepared for anything. That includes
Well-
us back here.
So, above the table, one last time, it's John and Jasmine following it. And then what happens when it gets to the place? Do we all come back, or do you come back and then tell us where it's going to be?
That's going to be up to y'all when that happens.
Does the brain talk?
You've never spoken. No one's ever tried. It doesn't like speak.
Can I try talking to it? Really quick?
Sure.
Because we might be able to ask it some stuff. Hi, Mr. Brain Man. Can you understand me?
Make a persuasion check or an insight check.
Well, insight all day, every day. 23.
23. You're looking at it, and it looks like it's not able to make any connection with what you're saying. Like it is not responding to your voice whatsoever.
Okay, yeah. Because the only thing that might be useful is if we could try to get information out of them. I could cast Zone of Truth, and then we could try to ask where the thought patch is or how they get there, or intimidate.
I
them, telling
don't
us
think
that
it can speak a language, even if it can understand you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Okay,
think-
Well, never mind.
I think you guys should come back and tell us where the spot is, and then we can all go like lay an ambush and like do the plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, I think that could work. I can also cast spells through the Manifest Mind, but I also wouldn't want to reveal our position to anything
Yeah.
or anyone.
I
So
think the first hit of the attack should be Jasmine's fireball on the patch.
I agree, yeah. I could also leave Jasmine there to hide and stay there, and we could go back and lure them away. But that could be risky.
Just to clarify, the fireball is from me. It's not like a casting of fireball.
That's right. It comes out of you. So
You are the epicenter of the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to be there.
I would say let's all come back and then all go together. No splitting the party is my vote. But
I think that's a wise decision that I agree. I don't think we should split the party. Okay, let's try that.
All right.
I'll accept your boots and I will take care of them. How do the boots smell, by the way?
I think probably fine.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. That's fine. I will put them on without thinking.
You did ask.
About that.
Yeah.
Do
your weird turtle feet feel fine in them?
Weird. Wow. You're right.
That's me asking above the table. Golzog has not mentioned
turtles. They're not weird. They're pretty average to turtles. So, they're fine. So I put them on, and I'll think of a happy thought, and I will float. That's not how they work. I know that.
No, they just work.
I shouldn't joke about that.
Haven't thought a single happy thought while using them.
Because you never know where I'll be zipped away to. So okay. So they're on, and then I guess I'll ask Zara to hop in. Pop in.
I just step in. I refuse to hop.
Great, that's fine. And then I'll cast. Also, I will imagine Tomas being a little incorporeal and flying, and then send Tomas with the brain.
Okay.
Or above the brain.
The leaves start to spin. All right. Let's see what happens.
Wait, one more thing. Marabella, do you think you could maybe give us a little bit of guidance?
Flaps tone on the back. Anytime. Oh, yeah. And then she'll cast guidance.
There's one guidance. Okay.
Good luck, guys.
You see, Wilhelmina kind of give a nod, and Dungarees and Snowdrop are like, and they slowly open the cage. This thing creeps out, and then darts away. The chase is on. How are you all going about doing this?
Zara and I are going to fly up and be. Should we be about 100 feet away? Or how far can you see or detect, Zara?
I mean, my passive perception is 19. I don't know if that contributes to anything, like a distance-wise.
As far as how far we should be away.
Essentially, it'll be like, with a skill challenge, you guys decide what skill you want to use. Tell me how you're doing it, and then make the roll.
So to kind of answer John's question, can I make a perception check to see basically how far away we can stay from the brain without actually like as far away as possible?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh my god, I thought that was a 1. It was a 7 plus 9 is 6. 16 is
16. 1 over what you needed. Yeah, you're able to kind of gauge. You're able to kind of keep a bead on this thing for now, as it's darting away. You're above it. You don't want to go too far above it because they are kind of small. So I'd say you kind of be like, maybe like standard almost 30 feet up, because that's still pretty high, and this thing is like a brain darting, like dashing fast, and like zigzagging all over the place. It is erratic what's happening here. So that's one success. What else are you doing?
We will continue to follow it and track it as best as possible. I want to keep my manifest mind as close to it as possible to see if I can telepathically communicate with Tomas, so that Tomas even can be as close or around it as possible, and focus on it as it's zigzagging around. I'm not sure if that'd be like an Arcana check or something. But...
Oh yeah, sure. Make an Arcana check.
Okay. If I needed guidance, would that be before or after that I would use it?
You could see what you roll first and then add a thing.
All right,
Well,
here
you
we
don't know
go.
if it succeeds or not.
It's the next
but-
roll. It's the next roll.
Well, it was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That is a success. You're able to have, you're able to kind of have telepathically Tomas track this thing as it's going. That's 2 successes. What else are you doing?
It doesn't have to be the next roll, by the way. It's just
It
within
doesn't?
a minute.
Within a minute. Okay, well, within a minute, though.
Roll one ability check of its choice.
Okay, so we
within
should-
a minute is coming up. I think you have the next one, and that's the last one.
All right, so we'll use it on the next one. Then I guess I want to. Don't have any spells that can like track or cast. So I think I'll just, continue to race along with Zara as fast as we can, flying as close as possible, trying to keep up with it while also not getting too close.
Okay.
Zara would, yeah.
Are you making a check or?
Okay, I don't know if you'll let me do this, but can
Okay,
I
go
make
ahead.
a stealth check, not because I want to be in stealth, but to sort of like use my knowledge of stealth to, kind of
Tell
make
Tone
sure.
like where to
Keep to
fly.
the shadows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Advise.
Sure, go
It's
ahead.
like
Make a stealth check.
reverse shadowing.
29.
29. That is a success. Yeah, you're able to very deftly tell Tone where to stay into the shadows. As you're flying along, it almost feels like it's happening around the brain. The forest starts to get darker and spookier, so it is kind of easier to stay hidden. Although that doesn't feel like a great sign that this is happening. Everything around it seems to be getting very dire. Like trees start to become gnarled and twisted as you are going along, and it seems odd because it feels like you've been through the woods before like this, but for some reason this seems like it's all being warped around this magic, as if you're following a path that was previously hidden from sight. But you are keeping up, you're staying hidden. It doesn't seem like the Intellect Devourer is thinking about you at all. That's 3 successes.
Is there any spells on the brain? Or,
I mean, you don't know that.
like you said it was being warped around the brain. Can I tell if anything is... Does it have any, Is there some spell being cast on it?
You can make an Arcana check, but the DC will be a little bit higher since you've already done one.
Can I use that guidance?
Of course.
No. Okay, that's nice. All right, I'll try that. Arcana with guidance. What's guidance? 1d4?
1d4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's gonna be 27.
27. Easy. Yeah, you guys are destroying this. But you never know. You have 4 successes.
Never know.
You can see that nothing is cast on this. Nothing's cast on this. It's just that it seems like
Okay.
it's an extension of the Scarecrow's power. Is just for some reason this is just
Got it.
all happening, and it feels like with the idea of forgetfulness and forgetting, it seems like this thing knows a path that almost as if if you didn't follow this exact path, you would get lost. Like, you wouldn't know how to get there. But by following this path, it seems like this is revealing a hidden part of the forest. As you follow this. 4 successes.
Can I do a survival check to see if I can discern any markers of this path? Like if I can, basically we lost track of the brain. Could I find the path?
Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check.
Oh, can I? Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. 9.
9. As you're in the Bjorn and it's whipping past, you are. As you're looking back at the forest, because it seems like it's traveling with this weird aura, it's traveling with the brain. You look for oh, we'll use that gnarled tree over there. That looks crazy. And then you look over and that tree just becomes a normal looking tree now that the brain is past it. And so it's hard for you to get a gauge on exactly any landmarks. So that is your first failure. But all you need is one more success.
Could I, from the Manifest Mind, cast a spell on the ground or somewhere that could, as it's flying, maybe kind of leave a little bit of a trail?
Sure.
I have a spell called Thousand Cuts, which is just a lot of cutting lines, and I'd like to maybe cast it not at the brain, but behind where the brain is going.
Yeah, since this is, again, having to do with spells, it will be an Arcana check, but because you're using a thing, you get either the advantage or the lower DC. It will be a -3 to the DC, but it will be a higher check because it's Arcana again. So you can get advantage on it. I mean, you did crazy well on it, so, before. So what do you want? Do you want the lower DC?
Don't say it out loud.
Do you want the lower DC or advantage?
I'll take advantage.
Advantage, okay.
All right. Bob's your uncle. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Crazy. You almost effortlessly start making pathways with this. And it seems kind of easy to keep up. You're able to keep up with it, leaving a path for yourself. You have successfully followed the brain to where it stops for a moment. And you see it stops almost like a dead halt. And you see it kind of walk gingerly into this circle of mushrooms. Just a weird, odd little circle. And suddenly that circle glows purple. And the brain kind of gets... You see it almost lift off for a moment. And then as if submerged underwater, it just go and it's gone. But you now know where this weird patch of mushrooms is. You see it. It's right there. What are you two doing?
Should we get down?
I think so. You can drop me off and I can stealth in.
You want to stealth? Go ahead and sneak in.
Yeah, and you can go get everyone else.
Okay. All right, I'll land and I'll drop Bizarre off. And then I think I'd also how long does it last? Could I also cast invisibility on Zara?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will go to Zara and I'll say good luck, and then place my hand on her shoulder, and then imagine a little line like a chalk line around her being drawn as she's pops out of vision.
Okay.
And then
a shimmer kind of goes over, and suddenly Zara's nowhere to be seen.
Can I make another check?
Yeah, of course.
Can I check to see if anyone else... All right, can I check to see if anyone else is watching us or observing us from here?
Sure, make
Can I help
a
with that?
perception check with advantage.
Okay. Damn, 22.
22, okay. You're starting to... You were in such a frenzy chasing this thing, like looking down, looking down, looking down. That now that you're on the ground, you start to look up. And it just feels like you feel like there's a lot of eyes on you. And that's when you see just a lot of crows perched in the trees. Just like an amount that, with your perception, you're like, that's an abnormal amount of crows, all kind of just in trees looking down at you.
Can I roll an insight check?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. That's the worst I could roll.
1 is the worst you could roll.
No, because then I could
she gets a
re-roll
reroll.
it. I rolled
Oh.
an 8, so 8.
8. With an 8, Zara, in some ways, a bunch of crows is really like one of the most normal things you've seen in a forest in a while. Like, it's a lot of them and they're all looking at you, but the insight is that maybe you're getting paranoid.
Okay. Oh, shit, I can't do that. All right, then I think I don't want to lose concentration on Zara's invisibility, so I will head back the way I came in the air, and then I will try to look for those cuts.
Okay.
And then if possible, I'm going to continue making 1,000 cuts as a cantrip as I go on the ground so that I can make a path back.
What is the exact wording of the spell?
It says you target one creature within range. On a successful hit, paper-thin silver lines appear to swipe across the body. That's about it.
Okay.
So maybe I should use a different spell.
Let's see, with a cantrip, you may not be able to make like a bunch of these, but you already do have that one marking.
Yeah.
But if you want to start making your way out, you can.
You can mark the trees with stuff.
Yeah. I've still got the Vorpal axe on me. I can take it and just cut on the ground or cut the trees as I go.
Make a survival check for me.
I don't want to actually fuck with trees and in this world.
Oh yeah, they're probably guys, like entities.
I don't want to fuck with trees. Survival check. Here we go. Not good. Here it comes. Bad rolls are back. 8.
8. The axe is like a two-handed thing for you because it's so big. It's hard for you to hold.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're going up to trees, you can't really do like finite cuts, and so you'll do like a swing at it, but you don't want to really hurt it that bad, so you kind of do it dully, and so a lot of the cuts that you're making don't feel like they're very distinct. They just
Yeah,
feel
that's
like it could have been made by anyone. While
Can
while this is
Oh, go ahead.
happening, Zara, what are you doing?
I'm
You're invisible,
gonna.
and with that insight check, you would have noticed that you saw all the crows. They weren't looking at you.
So they didn't see me go invisible.
Well, you don't know that.
What? Can I look around to see what they were looking at?
You know, I mean, with even though it was a low insight, you could see that they were looking like towards the ground, like looking around, but none of them were like looking at you. It looked like they were looking at Tone.
I am going to. Wait, so this thing just disappeared. The
It,
brain.
it disappeared inside of like a weird circle of mushrooms.
I'm gonna stealth over to the circle of mushrooms and maybe do a survival check.
Yeah, it's a survival or arcana. Make a stealth check with advantage.
Okay. 26. No, it's 27, 28.
28. Great, you're stealthing over. Now make a nature check as you look at this ring of mushrooms.
Nature?
Mm-hmm. I mean, nature or arcana, either one.
5.
5. You know, obviously you know it's magic. Like, you saw what just happened. But you've never seen anything like this. You don't know what it is at all.
Oh, can I go back over to Zara?
Yeah.
Okay. Zara. Zara.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. So, I have an ability that could, that could maybe, alert Metabella and Golzog where we are, but I would have to lose concentration on you. I could cast, as I can do only this one. I can do this for one spell, a day. But I could cast a Skyrite above us that just says any message we want. But
That's not the most stealthy thing in the world.
no, it's not at all. It's not. It's not.
I say you just go back and get them.
Okay. Do you want my help with anything, or should I
No.
just go? Okay,
No,
I'm gonna get
I'm
out of
good.
here then.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye. And then I'll just head out into the forest, and I'll try to make marks as I go.
Okay.
I'll fly and out. I'll just head out into the forest. What am I saying? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, all right. One other idea. I've got one other idea. Sorry. Would a couple of dogs help me find, or a dog help me find Zara again if they got Zara's scent?
Potentially. They'd give you a bonus to survival checks for sure.
You can also fly.
I know I can fly out of here just fine, but I'm trying to figure out a way to get back.
Okay.
Don't you have like a compass or something?
A compass? I don't have a compass. What? Okay, fine. Never mind. I just think I've got to. I can't make any cuts on these trees.
I mean, I'll say this: you guys did succeed the skill challenge. You found the thing. You'll probably be able to find your way back.
Fine. I'll save the dogs for another day, and I'll fly out of here. Goodbye. I'm taking too long on this.
Zara, what are you doing?
I'm gonna stay stealthed and just try to make sure no one's gonna get the jump on me and no one is around.
Make a perception check.
$25.
No one's around other than the crows.
Can I do a investigation check on the patch?
Sure.
12? No, 11.
11. You're looking around it. They're clearly in like a circle. Like it's clearly not like, oh, just a random thing that looks like a circle. It is like mushrooms in a circle. But again, you've never seen these kind of mushrooms before, or them growing in this way. You know it has to be some kind of magic is here. Other than that, you don't really get much.
Can I try the Arcana check, or did I give that up by doing the...
You can try an Arcana check, sure.
18.
It's more like you don't know exactly how this works, but you're figuring it must have been like a portal or a gateway of some kind.
Okay.
Like kind of like the teleportation circle that you used. You figure it must be something like that.
Are the crows like communicating with each other? Are they...
I mean, they're making some noises occasionally, but you know, they're not like talking. You don't like see them like looking at each other, saying anything. They're just being crows, but kind of standing all around this area.
So there's no pattern to anything. There's no
pattern.
Cool. I'll just keep looking out until they get back.
Okay. Tone, you make your way back to the group.
Okay. First thing I do is I give Golzog his boots back. Thank you.
Golzog pulls his boots back on.
So we followed it for a long time, and the words that are coming out of my mouth are a clear, exact description of what it looked like. There was a lot of forest, and then it was there, and there was it got darker, and then there was these little mushrooms, and we saw the brain hover and then pop into the center of the mushrooms like it was transported somewhere. So I think we should go now and help Zara and be there as well.
Yeah, great job, Tone.
Was that sarcastic?
No, that was serious. That was me saying, really great job.
But for a minute, okay, thank you.
No, did it sound sarcastic above the table for real?
No, I was doing a bit.
Okay, great.
Okay, shall we
I mean,
pop off? Sorry.
In this moment, you see Thicket just goes, wait, Zara's already gone?
Oh, God.
I will say we might want to take someone in case, so that we don't forget the kids.
Well, let's take Star.
Well, and Wilhelmina goes like, okay, wait, okay, so you found that wherever they went. That's great. What's the plan? You're all leaving now?
Well, yeah, we're gonna go lure the Scarecrow out, and Zara's gonna fireball his home.
Well, doesn't the Scarecrow come here anyway because of the big idea?
I thought that we were luring the Scarecrow here.
Okay, yeah, we could do that.
Okay, let's do it.
Zara's
Yeah,
pretty
kids can't
far
get
away.
hurt.
I could always fly off and get her if we're worried about her.
True.
Well, I just wanted to be clear. It's like I thought that we were going to be involved in this in some way.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we would.
Let's do it.
That would be very poetic and narratively it would come full circle. That'd be good.
Therapeutic.
But because so what's the plan here? Is it happening now?
I think.
Wait. Before we do it, should we booby trap the area or like make sure we're in a defensible position?
Well,
Yes.
you look around and you see like all the things that the kids have built since you've been gone, and it's like clear they had like that idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And like there's like catapults and like things.
awesome.
And so they're kind of like, wait, so what was your plan? I thought we had the same plan.
Hey, we're all on the same page here. We're all
Yeah,
on the
but like
same
it's just
page.
like, so is it happening now?
I think yes.
Oh!
If we do
Yes,
the
it's happening right now.
well, hang on. Do people need a second? If people want to take a second,
Also,
Wait,
maybe
Can I
we
have
should.
been
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I have been doing something when the kids started setting up?
Yeah, I mean, you could have been doing something this entire time while you were waiting. What's up?
Great. I think it might be a good idea, right? Because he's gonna come get the music box, right?
Yeah.
He wants the music box.
Hope, yeah.
That's the hope. I do have the spell Glyph of Warding, which is a 3rd level spell, which I could set as like a trapsicle.
what's it do?
Well, what can't it do? I inscribe it on a surface of something. It can cover an area of 10 feet diameter. And it's a spell that's triggered. It's nearly invisible, and I can decide on what type it is. But basically, I think like there's a few different types, but it does like 5d8 of a particular type of damage when it's triggered.
Yeah, basically you can have it do like an explosive rune, or you can just like store a spell in it.
Oh,
That triggers.
Yeah, and I can decide whether it's like poison, fire, lightning, or
I would say if you can
Acid
put
cold
a fire spell in it, he's the Scarecrow, and we all know that his weakness is probably fire, based on regular Scarecrows that we've seen in our homeland, and no other material
no other scarecrows.
in which the Scarecrow character who has a
Wouldn't
weakness.
assume.
Of course,
You never
we
know.
know they're stuffed with a straw.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's do. Lower.
Well, in the Broken Spine Cane, the Scarecrow is just a dead enemy that you put on a thing.
Of course.
Well,
But,
of course.
yeah.
As God intended. Yeah, I'll do an explosive rune there, which will go off like, or no, not explosive. Well, it's called explosive, but it'll be fire damage.
What
'cause
we
don't
can do, wait, real quick, we can do whatever we need to do to the box once you put the rune on it, right? Like, do we like? You know what I mean? It'll go off when he touches it, not when we touch it to activate him coming here, right?
Don't.
That's probably me getting too in the weeds with the magic of everything, but
I don't know. No, that's a really
Dylan's
good
making
question.
a weird face.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what you're all doing.
Okay,
It's more just like I whatever you do.
I
just
think anyone can trigger it. I could also make it.
I'm pretty sure
like,
you can
hold a
set what kind of thing triggers it. I'm
Oh,
pretty
really?
sure you
Okay.
can. I'm pretty
Right.
sure you can further refine the trigger so the spell activates only under certain circumstances or according to physical characteristics. So a creature kind. You can also set conditions for creatures that don't trigger the glyph. Like you can.
Oh,
say
yeah,
that,
like friends
these,
don't trigger it, yeah.
These people don't trigger it. You can pretty much do
Okay,
whatever
great.
you want.
Can we
Then
have?
those people don't, and Scarecrow does. Just Scarecrow,
awesome.
not a brain.
I will say this though: Glyph of Warding takes an hour to cast.
Right. So if I started when everybody started setting up,
But I'll say this: Did you start when everyone started setting up?
I would have liked to. Yeah,
Okay.
as soon as everybody started.
Well, then that means it's been about like half an hour. Invisibility only lasts an hour.
Got it. So she'll only have 30 more minutes.
There's only like 30 more minutes.
Hannah's been doing it.
If this is like if you're going now, you know.
I think I'd like to recommend that a couple of the kids be ready with the tank, or is one of the kids capable of being on the tank or using it?
I'll do it.
No.
What?
What about Wilhelmina?
I think someone should give Trinket a chance.
Wilhelmina's is like, I'm not leaving my people and my home, but the best driver that we have is a Lasher.
Okay, Lasher. Lasher.
And one other kid for the harpoons.
Maybe the
I'll
figure can be
do
on
it.
the harpoon.
Copper.
Oh yeah,
Michael,
what's up? What's up? Yeah, what's up?
Copper, you man the harpoon. Okay?
Oh, sick.
Great.
Yes.
Beckett, you have a more important job. And that's to
Stick with
watch.
me.
Stick with Golzog.
Make.
I need someone watching my back.
Make a deception
Wait.
check.
Can it be with help? Because he said to stick with Golzog also.
Sure.
All right, deception check. I'm bad at this.
It doesn't matter. Nat 20.
Well,
Wow.
I will say help is
Help
giving
is
him advantage, not you.
Oh,
rolling.
got it. Okay, cool.
But sure.
Oh, his is the deception check. Sorry.
Yes, but
I thought you were
sure.
telling me to do exception check.
No, you said, "Can I help?" And I said yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what it means. But
No,
we'll
I
take it.
said, can it be with advantage? With never mind.
Advantage would not have helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. He rolled a fucking 2. He's like,
Great.
all right. Kind of looks like smugly at the rest of the kids. So is Zara just like going, or what's happening?
Well,
Yeah,
we need to
so-
work him now. If Zara if Zara is gonna have a chance. we
I
need to
do
work him.
think we should let her keep invisibility, so maybe we don't cast the
30.
spell.
We only have 30 minutes.
Oh,
I'm gonna say, give me an insight check, Tone.
Okay. What the fuck? Nat 20. I'm
These
tired.
These are crazy. The insight check is you didn't
Wow.
tell Zara any of this fucking plan.
Yeah,
and
I
Zara
know.
Is
Zara's-
waiting for you to come back.
Zara's waiting for us to. Zara's probably gonna just keep trying to get in, and we need to get the Scarecrow out
Thankfully-
fucking now, is so that she can get in and land it. So
thankfully, she's the most patient member
will,
of the
I will
party.
say insight check will tell you, and I'm just saying this. Insight check will tell you. Again, she has no understanding of if it has happened.
we could cast Sky. Well, that's gonna still take a minute. Well, a minute if I use the.
Yeah, you could.
That's
you
gonna
could
drop
cast
Also,
the
Skyride.
wasn't the plan
concentration.
for Zara to stay
gonna drop
there
the concentration,
anyway
never mind.
because Scarecrow goes out and
I
then
think-
she messes up the field?
Yeah,
Like,
she has
she
to wait
has
for
to
the
be there
Scarecrow
when
to go
he's
out.
gone.
I'm
Yeah.
saying what I'm saying
But
is with the nat
guys-
20 insight, just even above the table, like you would know, Zara has no idea if
Right.
and when the Scarecrow leaves wherever they are. There's nothing for
'cause
her
he
to
may
grasp
not-
onto.
He might not physically leave. Like, she might not see him leave. It could be magical or whatever.
Gotcha.
I think it's worth a Zara now skywriting.
Yeah, but that'll get rid of the invisibility.
You could just go back and tell her.
How long is
That's
that gonna
true.
take?
That gives you plenty of time to cast
You
the
fly.
Glyph of Warding.
Yeah, we're not in a super rush. or
I could
anything,
fly,
like-
and I have the faster speed. So, but I also don't know where it is. So
Well, you could tell him, like, we found it.
he did give very detailed directions.
I did. That's on the record as being true. I feel like we should just. I feel like we should just go and lure him out now because I think Zara knows that she's
Spirit
waiting
of the game, I'm compelled to agree. I think
but also I think Zara knows that we're waiting for the Scarecrow to leave, and then
Yeah.
she's gonna drop the bomb and get out.
Okay.
And I
She
think
has
we
a
just
bomb?
yeah, she is
so
a bomb.
She has a
One
she
of
has
the
a magic.
items-
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the items we got is a safety vest, which is basically a vest that makes her the center of a fireball spell. She doesn't get hit unless she rolls a 1, and then everything else does.
Oh.
So she's going to do that, and I think we can add stealth damage to it, which is why she has it on. Might not. I don't. Maybe we can't do that.
You can't.
But okay, cool.
Oh, like sneak attack damage?
It-
Yeah, you-
no,
no,
it's
you-
more for.
You don't get sneak attack on a fireball.
No,
Yeah.
it's
It's the
because I
ability.
don't because I can't like I mean I could, but
Oh, you
I
can't.
reroll 1, so like it would
Right.
that's part of the
Yeah.
reason.
and
Gotcha.
we can sneak her into places to blow things up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I say we go for it. Let's drop the big idea on the glyph, and that gives Zara, I think, 30 minutes to hopefully the Scarecrow is out of there.
At least when her invisibility goes away, something will change, and maybe she'll take that as like a time to do it, and hopefully she'll activate Fireball, and everything that sees her will die.
I know that the spell will be over in 30 minutes, and I can then. Also, if she's warped into another land, she wouldn't be able to see Skyrite anyway. So
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so I think we go for it. Let's lure this MF out of there.
Let's do it.
All right, battle stations, everyone. It starts getting busy and like everyone's getting ready. The big idea is being like placed in the middle of this area. The glyph of warding is there. Once it's there, you can't move the box, but you can like more than 10 feet, but you can open it, which is
And
what's
this
going to be the
won't
trigger.
destroy the memory, right?
Only if they-
You're not sure, but I don't think so. You're pretty certain that it's not going to destroy the memory.
Great.
Okay.
At least you're hoping.
Okay. Cool.
Everyone is getting ready. We cut back to Zara. Zara, you're just waiting there. What do you do? And I'll tell you this right now. It's about like the trip, the round trip that like you took was like 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back. So that's why it was like 30. You know, and that's why it's 30 minutes have gone. You're expecting them to come. And you all are going to keep, just so I know, you're keeping invisibility up for as long as possible. And then doing Skyrite, or not even bothering?
I think Skyrite wouldn't make any sense
Okay.
because if she's warped away to another land in these mushrooms,
Is she though?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I mean,
okay.
I have no idea where she's warped away
So I'm
to.
just trying to get the timing of this down.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. We could try it
Zara,
anyway after 30 minutes.
This is, you know, back. What are you doing now that you're just waiting near this place?
I'm gonna wait about the time that it takes for someone to get back, and then I think I'm just gonna. Okay.
Make a survival check.
Oh, that's canted. 14.
14. Okay. You're able to roughly kind of know what 15 minutes is.
Are you also waiting for Tone to leave and then come back? So it is 30, or is it?
Well, no. She would be literally waiting for someone to come get her.
Got it.
At this
Okay,
point,
cool.
Which was 15 minutes.
Okay, got it.
When you all decide, just so I know, when are you deciding to actively do this? Because remember, it's been 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Glyph
I
of
would wait
Warding-
30 minutes.
Glyph of Warding takes an hour to cast. You all still have an hour for Glyph of Warding to be done. Or at least 30 minutes for Glyph of Warding to be done.
Yeah,
right?
she started when they left.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get the timing of this right because it's crazy, but it's very fun. So invisibility was cast 30 minutes after, right? Okay.
Mhm.
When do you all decide to lure?
I think the second glyph of warding is done, right?
Okay.
Which would be half an hour after Tone got back.
Right. It's half an hour after Tone got back.
Yeah.
So it's been 15 minutes, Sarah. No one has come.
Wait, but and Marty's right though. I would wait 30 minutes, right? Because it took 15 minutes to get there.
No,
So it takes.
It takes it's 30 minutes round trip. 15 minutes to get to you. So that's just how it works out.
Right, but like.
You can choose to wait another 15 minutes. Not to
No, that's
like,
what I'm saying,
above it,
because Tone would have taken 15 minutes to get back there, and then another 15 minutes to grab everyone to come
yes,
back.
he's counting the 15 minutes that Tone took to get back.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is it took you... Sorry that we're doing this. I'd said that you guys took 15 minutes to track them. Took 15 minutes to get back. That's 30. So for him to get back to you would be another 15.
Okay, yeah, I would wait the full time it would take for him to come back with everyone.
Okay.
And then, if not, then I'm just gonna look around for a portal.
I mean, the only portal or thing you think you know is the Ring of Mushrooms.
Okay, I'm gonna very carefully stealth in there.
Okay. You stealth in. You stand in the middle of the Ring of Mushrooms. And slowly, a blue light illuminates. It envelops you, and you start to lift off the ground. And you appear in this tiny mushroom circle, almost in an exactly like the forest you were just in. But trees have been leveled. These gnarls trees have been completely cut down bare. And ahead of you, you see this, what looks like a pumpkin patch. Odd vines growing everywhere, illuminated purple pulses within these trees and vines. Standing stock still in the middle is a looming figure. Your stealth check is still carrying over. You're invisible. You see the pumpkins that are in this patch are not, and you kind of already figured this, not pumpkins. They are these pulsing brains just planted in the ground, all snaking towards this stock still figure. Make a perception check for me.
$15.
You see that he's not been lured yet, but it feels like no one is coming towards you. You do, however, see some of the brains start to rustle. One of them kind of pops out, has its legs out, and you can see it like almost on all fours, almost like looking around. You can tell it's sniffing.
Can I roll like an insight check? Is it looking for a thought?
Roll an insight check.
22.
22. You have that thought. It's looking for a thought. It looks like it's like caught a scent of something.
I immediately try to quiet my mind and also use my stealth to like move away from the position that I was in.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
How's that? Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. 13.
13. You're trying very hard to quiet your mind. Trying so hard to just make sure that like no thought comes in. It seems like this thing is still stalking towards your area. Make a stealth check for me.
21.
21. You're able to move out of the way as the brain kind of still stalks towards you. You see that the Scarecrow's kind of creaking, pulsing in the field, arms out, twitching. The brain is getting closer to you. Make another intelligence saving throw for me.
9.
9. Oh, that's good. Think dumber. Think dumber. With a 9, your thoughts start to quiet. As your intelligence is nowhere to be found. Your mind starts going blank. It seems to have lost its scent a little bit more. Make another intelligence saving throw for me.
Okay, so I want low rolls. 13.
13. This brain stalks towards you. And it seems like it's aware that someone is there. But nothing has been alerted. You're kind of just backed up into this very dark forest, but with no trees. You're behind a stump. It's basically a ring wraith over the log, as you're just standing, like, hiding behind it. I'm gonna do one thing. Disadvantage. This thing makes an errant swipe. Just like a swipe out into the darkness. Of course, at disadvantage, it doesn't know where. It has a feeling of where you might be or anything, but you see it swipe out towards you, and with a botch, you're able to just very quickly. You see your opening. You know not to attack, but you're able to, like, swiftly kick it off, and it takes a swipe, and suddenly you kind of almost feel like a synapse fire and misfire, and it now is just dazed and looking around. And slowly makes its way back towards the patch, exhausted. It's in that moment that you see the Scarecrow's head just, like, snap towards it, and you hear this loud groan of just. You see a strand of blue from that brain start going towards this, like, open mouth of the Scarecrow, and the brain there just withers and dies. And it's at that moment that the Scarecrow's head snaps forward, lifts off its pedestal, its post, still floating in a T-pose, just a mere few inches off the ground. You all, minutes later, have now opened the idea. The big idea starts playing. Everyone starts seeing the memory that you saw of Alice arguing with Tasha. Alice making the plan, making her wish. And Zara, it is in this moment that you see this floating entity blink out of existence. And that is where we're going to end for this evening. Next time, we have one in the thought patch surrounded by brains. The others have a very good trap all prepared. It all went okay. Zara didn't get destroyed by being alone. Sorry that we had to deal so much with the timing of that, but I needed to know if there was going to be extra checks for her, and there were enough, and it was close. Sometimes Jasmine rolling low is a boon for this whole thing. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Next time, we will be back going up against the Scarecrow, and whatever that means. It's going to be a fun one. Anyone have anything they want to plug or say at the end of this evening?
Obviously, support the writer's strike. And I don't know. I think that's everything. There are a bunch of friends things I could plug. Yeah.
And the actors strike.
Yes, writer strike,
Yes.
actor strike, hotel worker strike, flight attendant strike.
Visual effects workers.
IATSE.
Yeah.
will
Are
be
they-
striking?
Striking now?
Well, I read that they just petitioned to strike.
Whoa.
Also-
Hell yeah. Also, go on strike.
yeah.
Everybody
also-
just
are-
starts
yeah.
striking.
Yeah, honestly, as we said last time, if they're on strike, they're most likely right. And also, the voice actors are going to be renegotiating their deal soon. So let's hope that all of this means that everything goes well. And if not, let's fucking strike. Let's do it, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time. Goodbye now. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.